Kumusta mga Exile? Gamers here. Welcome to another episode of my budget build guide. And today I'm gonna talk about my Stormbrand Archmage Assassin. And with Stormbrand, you basically just cast your Stormbrand on the ground, and when an enemy gets close to it, it will attach to the enemy, and then it will attack it. And with Archmage, you basically deal more damage the more mana you spend. So yeah, with all that said, let's begin our guide. So first, I'm gonna talk about my unique gears. First is this Crown of the Inward Eye, which gives you increased maximum life and mana, and Transfiguration of Mind, which basically gives you more damage for every increased maximum mana in your build. And another unique item is this Series Foible Amulet, which gives you lots of maximum mana and mana regeneration. And this amulet is kind of important because, again, it gives you lots of maximum mana, which means it gives you more damage. And in this build, you spend lots of mana. And as you can see, my Stormbrand alone spends 800 mana cost per cast. So yeah, you're gonna need lots of mana regeneration. So yeah, this amulet is perfect for this build. And I anointed this amulet with Dynamo, which gives you increased maximum mana, guard skill duration, and the important part is this recover 20% of mana over 1 second when you use a guard skill. And in this build, I'm using Arcane Cloak, which is a guard skill, and Arcane Cloak spends 64% of your current mana. But thanks to this Dynamo, whenever I use my Arcane Cloak, I will recover that mana really fast. And as you can see, I recover my mana like 2 seconds. So yeah, Dynamo is kind of important. And for this, you're gonna need Clear Oil, 1 Sipai Oil, and 1 Azure Oil. And another unique item is this Essence Worm and Set Ring, which gives your Socketed Aura Socketed Aura plus 2 to level, and it will reserve no mana. And lastly is this Vixen's Entrapment Gloves, which triggers Socketed Curse skill when you cast a curse skill. And in this build, I'm using 3 curses, and I'm using Conductivity, Elemental Weakness, and Assassin's Mark. And it's important to self-cast either Elemental Weakness or Conductivity, because if you self-cast Assassin's Mark, you will not gain Doom stacks. And you want the Doom stacks because it will increase the effect of your curses. And yeah, those are my unique gears. For my rare gears, just look for high life, maximum mana, and a little bit of strength for your helmet requirement, and mana regeneration. And also try your best to maximize your resistances, because as you can see, you don't have a lot of rare gears. So yeah, try your best to maximize your resistances, and don't forget that you can get some resistances from your weapon. And also try to get this mana regeneration enchantment on your boots. And for your weapon, just look for either spell damage or lightning damage, cast speed, and crit multiplier. I think that's good enough, and it's not gonna be very expensive. But if you have more currency to spend, for a better weapon, look for, again, spell damage or lightning damage, crit multiplier, maximum mana, cast speed, and extra chaos damage. And also try to look for an open suffix so you can craft more crit multiplier when there's a rare and unique enemy nearby. And yeah, those are my unique my gears. And for the flasks, I'm using Quartz Flask of Quickening for more chance to dodge attack and spell hits and increase cast speed, Diamond Flask for more crit, Silver Flask for onslaught buff, and at Series Promise for extra chaos damage and life leech. And also I'm using a hybrid flask so I can recover life and mana. And for my gem setups, on my body armor, I'm using Stormbrand with Archmage, concentrated effect, Swift Brand, Elemental Focus, and Control Distraction. On my gloves, I'm using Assassin's Mark, Elemental Weakness, Wave of Conviction, and Clarity. On my weapon, I'm using Brand Recall, Second Wind, and Dash. On my helmet, I'm using Conductivity, Sigil of Power, Increased Area of Effect, and Increased Duration. Now, let me just quickly explain to you how Sigil of Power works. When you use this skill, you will see this symbol, and while inside it, if you spend enough mana, it will gain stages, and each stage gives you additional lightning damage. And it's really good to support it with Increased Area of Effect. So the Sigil of Power is much bigger, which means you have more space to move around. So yeah. On my other weapon, I'm using Val Righteous Fire, Val Haste, and Increased Duration. On my Essence Worm, I'm using Wrath. And lastly, on my boots, I'm using Arcane Cloak. And I support it with Arcane Surge. So whenever I use my Arcane Cloak, I will gain Arcane Surge buff. And also I'm using Increased Duration and Second Wind. For the Pantheon, I'm using Soul of the Brine King for the 2-second stun immunity, and Soul of Garokan for more chance to evade attacks and increase movement speed. For the Ascendancy, I'm using Assassin, and I'm using Mistwalker for chance to gain Elusive buff, and Elusive buff gives you more chance to dodge attack and spell hits and increase movement speed. Also, I'm using Unstable Infusion for chance to gain power charges and 1 to maximum power charges, and Deadly Infusion for more crit multiplier and crit chance, and lastly this Opportunistic, which gives you more damage while there's one rare or unique enemy nearby. For the Bandit quest, kill all bandits for 2 extra skill points, and for the skill tree, get this Acrobatics and Face Acrobatics for more chance to dodge attack and spell hits. And this duo, just look for crit multiplier and maybe some spell damage or lightning damage. And yeah, get those mana nodes here, crit nodes here, and this Whisper of Doom for additional curse. And yeah, more mana nodes here. And this node gives you lots of damage because of this increased spell damage per 100 maximum mana. And also this, if you don't mind sacrificing some of your maximum life, this Healthy Mind Cobalt Duo gives you lots of mana, which means gives you lots of damage. And this transform your life nodes into maximum mana nodes. And I think it's totally okay to sacrifice some of your maximum life, because again, in this build you're using Arcane Cloak, which gives you basically some shield that protects your life, and I'm using Mind Over Matter, which basically I'm using my mana as my life. So yeah. And I'm using this Rune Binder, which allow you to attach additional brand to an enemy, which basically doubles your damage. And yeah, I think that's it for this build. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe mga exile, at magkita na lang tayo sa susunod na video.